What is the current state of relations between Israel and the United Arab Emirates? Well, it's a complex and evolving dynamic, but let's begin by understanding their diplomatic ties. The United Arab Emirates, or the UAE as it's widely known, has made history by becoming the most prominent Arab nation to establish diplomatic ties with Israel in the last 30 years. This was made possible under the US-brokered Abraham Accords, a significant step that has paved the way for other Arab states to reconsider their own relationships with Israel. Yet, this relationship is not without controversy. Despite international criticism over Israel's actions in the Gaza Strip, the UAE has expressed its intention to maintain these ties. The underlying hope is that the UAE might exert some moderating influence over Israel's campaign while safeguarding its own interests. Now, let us delve deeper into the historical timeline of this unique relationship. The relationship between the UAE and Israel has evolved significantly over the years. The journey started with the signing of the Abraham Accords in 2020. This was a historic moment as the UAE became the most prominent Arab nation to establish diplomatic ties with Israel in 30 years. This agreement was brokered by the United States, and it was a breakthrough in the Middle East diplomacy. The Abraham Accords not only signaled a new era in UAE-Israel relations, but also paved the way for other Arab states to establish their own ties with Israel. This was a significant shift in the region, breaking a long-standing taboo on normalizing relations without the creation of a Palestinian state. Since the establishment of these diplomatic ties, the UAE and Israel have developed close economic and security ties. The two countries have been collaborating in various sectors, ranging from technology and healthcare to security and tourism. However, the relationship has not been without its challenges. The UAE has had to navigate the complex dynamics of maintaining its diplomatic ties with Israel, while also addressing the international outcry over Israel's actions in the Gaza Strip. Despite these challenges, the UAE has remained committed to its ties with Israel. It has continued to host an Israeli ambassador and has shown no indication of severing its diplomatic ties. The UAE's approach is strategic, with the hope of having some moderating influence over Israel's campaign in Gaza while safeguarding its own interests. Having understood the timeline of the UAE and Israel relations, let's now explore the UAE's stance on the ongoing issues. The UAE's stance on the current situation is both intriguing and strategic. On one hand, the UAE has publicly condemned Israel's actions, voicing strong disapproval of the strife in the Gaza Strip. Their position, however, is complicated by their relationship with the United States, their security partner, which they feel has not exerted enough pressure to bring an end to the conflict. This is not to say that the UAE is a silent observer, far from it. The UAE has been actively working to de-escalate regional tensions. A case in point is their approach towards Iran, perceived by the UAE as a potential threat to regional security. Through careful diplomacy, the UAE has taken steps to soothe the strained relations. Yet, certain Israeli actions continue to raise the UAE's concerns. The expansion of Jewish settlements in the West Bank, for instance, is a point of contention. Equally disconcerting for the UAE are the visits by right-wing religious Israelis to the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, a site of deep religious and political significance. The UAE's criticism is not one-sided. They have condemned both Israel and Hamas for their roles in escalating the conflict. Particularly, the UAE views Hamas and other Islamist groups as threats to regional stability. They have led efforts against such groups, including the Muslim Brotherhood, in Egypt and Sudan, further reflecting their commitment to fostering a stable regional climate. Yet, despite these complexities, the UAE maintains diplomatic ties with Israel, a relationship cultivated over the years that has led to close economic and security alliances. Their stance is a delicate balancing act, advocating for peace while safeguarding their own interests. The UAE, therefore, continues to play a significant role in the Israel-Palestine conflict, maintaining its ties with Israel while also voicing its concerns and working towards de-escalation and stability in the region.